What's up everyone? My name is Miss Siren Sin. Welcome to my YouTube channel, my very first hair tutorial. Today I am doing victory rolls with my clip-in extensions. I will be using a curling wand. I hope that one or all of those things are something you're interested in. You guys asked for this. While you're watching it, just remember that. I am hoping to edit it into something worthy of your viewing pleasure. Fingers crossed. So let's get into it. Let's go back in time to before all this loveliness happened and see what I looked like. So the tools you're going to need to create this hairstyle are paddle brush, teasing brush, teasing comb, duckbill clips, like these, maybe some long ones, who knows. I use Treseme 4-hold hairspray, curling iron, 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, I'm not sure. You can use either one for this hairstyle, doesn't matter. Curling wand. My hair is way too clean today, so I will be using this spray from Beauty and Pinups, Fever. It's a thermal protectant spray, but it also has a little bit of hold to it, so it'll help hold my curls in. My extensions, I'm going to show you how I do my clip-ins. And hair flowers, 1 or 2. I'm going to use 2 because I'm super extra. And last but not least, we will be using American pomade. You can use whatever your favorite pomade is though. And bobby pins, of course, but I don't need to show you those. You know what those look like. So let's get started. Okay, so what I've already done that I am not going to show you guys is that I went ahead and I straightened the front of my hair, because when you pull this up and back to create your victory rolls, you don't want any funky lines in there. So I just straighten it as good as I can. And I went ahead and created a nice part here. I'm gonna go and spray my hair with the Fever. Usually the day before I curl my hair, that way it's already dirty, so we'll see how this goes. So just try to get all over your head, and then you want to brush it through. Okay. Make sure you have a nice clean part. And next, we're going to section out all the hair for your victory rolls. So you're going to go from the part all the way down to your ear, and you're going to want to pull all that hair forward. Make sure you don't get any of that back hair in there. And I'm just going to pin it for now. And then do the same thing on the other side. Nice clean part. The last thing you want is a janky part in there. All right, now I'm just going to pull all of this back out of the way. Clip it. That way it's not getting mixed in with the victory roll hair. Okay. So I'm going to do this one first. We are going to take all of this front hair. See, that would have been fatal. Don't want that in there. All right. So we're going to take all this hair and we're going to curl it all the way down to your ear. So in about 1-inch sections, I guess. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're just trying to get the hair to go in the direction that we want it. I'm going to redo that and make sure all that hair's in there. Okay. Now, if you can loosen it and drop it into your hand, that's better, because then it just keeps the shape, and you can just kind of pinch it, roll it back up, take your duckbill clip, small one, and pin it. Now you got a cute little roll. All right, so we're gonna do all that all the way down with all this hair. So now that we have all of these curled, we're gonna give it a nice little spritz. And then we are gonna do this side, same thing, curl it this direction down to your ear. So after all that is curled, this is what your hair will look like. And I went ahead and I already hairsprayed it too. So now we're gonna start on the back half of your hair and putting in my extensions. So I went ahead and took this much down, just enough to get a good tease. So I'm gonna back comb the hair. So that the clips have something to hold on to. Otherwise it's just gonna slip out. Okay. Then I take my shortest little guy. It's got 3 clips. And okay, there we go. Now, you can see that is my real hair. This is my extension. My extensions are dirty. Usually, I try to make sure that my hair is somewhat close to as dirty as they are, just so that they hold better. So I'm just gonna have to use a lot of hairspray. But I don't want it to be crunchy, so that's why I'm rubbing my fingers along it. Then I'm gonna take my curling wand. You wanna make sure that you get the ends too. So then roll it all the way up. And I am doing a spiral curl, so I'm turning the hair as I'm twisting it around the wand. When I do it all in the same direction, so that when it's all done and I brush it out, it gives it kind of a little wave look. It's not going to be an extreme wave, but just a little bit of a wave. Because I just find that I like how that looks, and it looks really pretty, so that's what I'm doing right now. I'm gonna brush this out because it's kind of sticking on the ends. Done. Okay. And I curled this one back towards the back of my head. I'm gonna do the same thing over here. So I'm just gonna curl it the same way I curled the other one. Twisting. And the reason why I put so much hairspray on there is because I don't want my real hair to stick out while I'm curling it. I just want it to all stay together so that it's cohesive and that I don't have my real hair sticking out funky places when I brush it out. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure the ends are in there and take a duckbill clip, stick it through, and pin it. So now I have 2 little rolls there. Give it a little hairspray again. Okay, so next section, about the same amount. I want enough to be able to back comb and get a good tease in there, but I don't want too much because I've got to fit 4 wefts of extensions in there. So I've got to go 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way up and not too high to where you can see it through my hair. So gonna take that teasing comb again. Tease this guy up here. And do the other side, and then I'll do the back. I'm teasing that into my hair. Don't want to do that. All right. So now what I'm gonna do is get this out of the way because I'm teasing that into my, I don't want to clip that into my extensions. So I'm gonna take these 2 chunks that I just did into the back and back comb it just so that there's something in the middle to clip that middle clip to. Okay, next extension. So you're just gonna take it, tuck that comb into there, and clip it. Just make sure that they feel nice and tight. Okay. So now we're gonna do the same thing. Make sure lots of hairspray, get that hair in there. Same direction and spiral. Okay. We are going to make sure the ends are tucked in there and clip it. And you know what? I'm going to use one of these long guys just because it feels good. It feels nice and secure. All right. Now, oh, cute. I missed a piece. I'll just try to curl it up with this section. I swear, you guys, I I'm such a hot mess when I'm doing these videos. I feel like my hair is so difficult to work with when I'm filming these. Otherwise, it's not that bad. I don't know if I'm just nervous or what. All right. So I'm gonna tuck the end in, roll it, take one of these long ones again, and find the end of that. There we go. Okay. Now, hairspray. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to continue, so I'll show you what it looks like right now. And I'm gonna continue to do it all the way up to the crown area where I'm going to then curl the hair backwards. But for now, we're just gonna put the other 2 wefts of extensions in and curl it on up. Okay, so now that I have the whole head curled, I did these ones on top backwards so that when I take them out and brush them out, my hair is gonna lay back and then blend in with the rest of my curls. I would usually do my makeup right now while they cooled and really let them sit. But I did my makeup before, so I didn't scare you. I didn't want to scar you all for life. So just kidding. We're gonna go ahead and let these cool for a little while and then brush it all out and do some victory rolls. So now we have let all of this cool. We're gonna go ahead and take all these clips out and brush our hair out. We're gonna leave our victory roll clips in for now and just brush out the rest of your hair. What you want to do is take the clip out and unroll the hair, and then we're going to unroll it all in the same direction. So we're going to take this clip out and unroll the hair all in the same direction. You know what? I'll leave those for now, and it feels like I got everything. We will find out. So I'm gonna run my fingers through my hair a little bit just to kind of break it up before I go in there with the hairbrush. So hopefully it'll make it easier on my hair and pulling on it. I don't know why I can't talk today. We're not gonna worry too much right now about what it's doing. We're just gonna get it all brushed. You'll start to see it forming in the shape that it's gonna, take on. But we just wanna get it all brushed out. And we're also going to put in, I have 4 little extra clip pieces that we'll put in to kind of fill it out where we're missing hair. Whoops, this one's coming out. All right, so I'm gonna take the top down now. And these top pieces you can roll in either direction. I just roll them this way because it's what's easier for me. Okay. Just make sure you've got all those layers brushed out, and you can start to see where little bits forming, a little bit of a wave. Okay, we are going to give the top a little tease so that it'll flatten out this bump here. And you will go in there with the teasing brush, not the teasing comb, teasing brush. We don't want too structured of a tease. We just want to give it a little bit of volume and a little bit of shape. I don't tease this all the time. I used to tease it every time I did victory rolls, but I only do it when there's like a crazy bump there nowadays. So then you come in with the hairspray and kind of shape it. Sideways, kind of smooth it. So you're not going in and brushing out the tease, you're just kind of swiping it and smoothing the top of the hair. And that's the same technique we're going to use with the victory rolls as well. So keep that in mind. I will probably brush it like 4 or 5 more times, honestly. And put pomade in it to smooth all this craziness, but for now, it's probably good. It's victory roll time. So we're gonna take all this hair down, run our fingers through it, and start teasing. I'm gonna do one victory roll at a time. It's easier than trying to keep all your hair apart. If you hear little noises in the background, it's most likely Patina, my little pit bull. She's hanging out with Mom. She likes to hang out while I do my hair. If we're lucky, maybe she'll grace us with her presence on camera. You can kind of see her little foot down there in the corner. All right, so we are going to tease this almost all the way to the end, but leave out the little curl. You don't want to ruin that, okay? And we want it to stand up like this. We want to look crazy. So we're going to do that in little sections all the way down to our ear, the whole victory roll section that we set earlier. No crying. Tina, what are you doing? Mom's filming. Why are you crying? trying to keep this separate. It's pretty crazy, so I'm actually going to clip the back. Okay. So now I look crazy. And we want to go ahead and tease it into one so that you don't see these little sections here, because when you roll it up, they'll still be there. So you want to tease it in the back together and still don't ruin that end curl. And then we're going to smooth the front. Okay. However, while it's crazy, we want to hairspray it. Super cute. Oh yeah. Okay, so now we are going to come in with our pomade, the American pomade. So what I do, and I have learned the hard way, is I have these nice claws, take the back of my claw, put it into the pomade, take some out, wipe it, warm it up with your fingers, and then smooth your roll. You want to make sure it's all over the front of it. And start small, and then you can always put more product. You can always do more, not less, right? It's kind of like salt when cooking. Okay, so I need to wipe my hands. And then we're gonna come in with our teasing brush. And like I said before, you don't wanna go straight in because then it's just gonna rip all that tease out. You wanna come sideways and wipe the hair to smooth all of that. So instead of going in, you're gonna turn it just a little bit and then brush up. And you just wanna make sure the outside of the roll is nice and smooth. Nothing crazy happening out here. Brush the ends of that roll. And then roll it up. And you're going to, you can put it anywhere you want. Honestly, you can do more of a sideways like this. You can put it more in the front if you want. There's so many options, and it's just kind of, I just kind of do what my hair wants to do, what is easiest. And then after I do the second roll, I'll probably come back in and redo this one just to really make sure they look good together. All right, so let's roll them up. So when I start to get a shape that I like, I like to hit it with a little hairspray so it's easier to stay while you're pinning. And you don't want to see your bobby pins, so try to hide them as much as possible. Really tuck them in there. Also, I'm not a fan of being able to see through my victory roll. So what you can do is you can pin it in the back to keep that sealed, keep it down, so that when the light hits your hair, you can't just see straight through it. I'll just pin it into the back. Okay, so there's our first one. And we're gonna go ahead and do this side now. And then hopefully we won't have to re-roll the other side, but who knows? Let's see what happens. And like I did before, I'm gonna pin this side back. Okay, so tease little sections, make yourself look like a Dr. Seuss character. About 3/4 of the way up the length of your hair. Okay. So there's my little ends. And we're going to hairspray it. And we're going to tease the back of it so you can't see this hole right here. All right. Now we're going to go back in with the pomade. So back of the fingernail, warm it up in the hands. And side of the brush to smooth all this hair. I'm going to take the little ends and roll the hair backwards and down. And then you're just going to kind of shape it to where you want it. And I can take this out now. My hair is actually being pretty good today for as clean as it was, so I'm happy with that. So let me see. I don't know if I can get it in video. It won't really show, but right now there's kind of, you can see, there's my finger, you can see. So you want to anchor the back of the roll so that you can't see through it now. Perfect. Okay. So this one is now a lot bigger than the other one. Like, I definitely want one bigger, but this is a lot. And this guy needs to go down. Tips to consider. We do want to hide the bobby pins as much as possible. If you can still see them, that's fine. But you don't want like one in the front, obviously holding your hair in. Also, you want them touching, because if you don't have your rolls touching, they might end up looking like horns. So we like to make them touch, and that looks pretty good. Also, I learned this little trick. We're gonna turn my curling iron back on and use it to get all these extra little hairs that the pomade didn't get. And I'm gonna brush out the top. And hopefully it doesn't pull on my rolls too much. See, I don't know if you can see, but this is what I was talking about. We want that in there. Perfect. Okay. Go back to smoothing all this out. This side I'm not as worried about because we are going to put those big flowers in there, so it'll be fine. This side needs to be as smooth as possible. We are going to take these extra little chunks and fill in the spots where it's not thick enough. I usually just kind of like to put them in the front so it looks really good from the front. The back is always pretty thick. All right, and gonna go ahead and brush again. down a little. There we go. Okay. We are going to pomade the rest of the hair so all this frizz kind of calms down, and I might brush it one more time because I'm crazy like that. Okay. It's starting to look pretty. There we go. All right, so I really love that shape. That's that wave I'm talking about. We're gonna go ahead and hit it with some hairspray. We are going to take your hot curling iron and just lightly touch it to all the hairs that are sticking up. And it just makes them stay down. It just makes it stick to all the product that's in there. So you want to make sure that you're not denting your roll, because that would be like tragic right now. But you just are smoothing it. Just lightly. And I do this every time now that I learned this from a hairstylist that did my hair one time. All right. So now we just need hair flowers and some earrings. Okay, so I got these to somewhat work. So that is what the flowers look like. Now, I'm gonna put on these super cute earrings by Crafty Frida. I love these so much. They're so cute. I'm not sure how I feel about this leaf in my ear, but that's fine. We're just gonna get through it. So that is my victory roll tutorial. I hope it wasn't too awful. Check in with me. I'm going to start doing different hairstyles, more hair tutorials. Check it out. Comment if you have any questions and I will answer them. I've been doing my hair extensions for so long that I might have kind of skipped over some stuff that you might want to know if you're getting into doing extensions. So let me know in the comments, and subscribe if you want to see more of my videos, you know? All right, guys, thank you so much if you made it all the way to the end. You're all awesome. Thank you.